What's going on, guys? My name is Damien. Welcome back. I wanted to bring you some thoughts on Daredevil, a Netflix original, started recently, and I've been enjoying the hell out of the show. This is not really a review per se. I was actually initially going to review some of the episodes, or all of the episodes rather, but I wanted to just share some thoughts and opinions. If you guys would like me to maybe review some of them, I can definitely do that. I've been watching the show, not necessarily binge watching it, but I've been watching episodes on and off, one episode here, one episode there, just trying to pace myself because all episodes are available and it's like once you're done, then you have to wait a while. So Daredevil so far, in my opinion, is one of the best comic book TV shows that I've ever seen, and that is a very short list, so it's easily ranked really high. Now, why is that? Now, if I were to compare this show to something like Arrow on the CW or Gotham or any of these shows, I feel like Daredevil is a much better show already, and it's mainly due to the fact that they have just a really great budget. They also have the freedom of being on Netflix, and it's a very mature show. This is one of the only TV shows, or one of the only comic book shows, if not the only one, because I really can't think of any others that come to mind. Maybe there has been one or two, but this one, as far as a direct comic book adaptation, is TVMA. Now, TVMA doesn't necessarily mean that it has loads of content and there's not necessarily any sex or anything like that in this show, but TVMA can really mean a variety of things. But what this TVMA rating allows is for some mild language and for adult themes. The adult themes is really just the important subject here, and you have to really look at that as the way it contributes to the writing, the way the characters handle things, the situations that they're put in. All of them are very adult. It's really clear that this is the tone of the show, and this dark nature, and the fact that it's not necessarily super violent, but it really will show exactly just a lot of the physical brutality of and blood and everything like that. So it doesn't really sugarcoat any of that stuff, and that's what I really like about it as well. The show is amazing, and if you have Netflix, I highly recommend it. It is, every episode so far that I've watched has been really great. Now, some of the things that I'd like to see them add eventually, or at least touch on it in season 2, is some more origin for Matthew Murdock, the Daredevil character, because so far they just kind of throw you right into the ring with him, like he's there. You're kind of following him on this path through New York City, Hell's Kitchen, trying to protect his city and stop all the bad guys, if you want to summarize it in that way. Now, the cast is really great, and the supporting characters actually do a really good job, and I find that there's actually one character dedicated to more of the humor, which is really great because he can bring a little bit of the lighter side to things in what is basically a very dark TV show, because things don't look very good. There's a lot of situations that are spiraling out of control, and people are dying, and people are being oppressed, and all of these types of things and themes are basically present in this show. And something like this really is what separates it from a show like Arrow, where Arrow focuses a lot on very, what would be considered high school or teen related things like relationships and so on. This is not really present here in Daredevil. Yes, there are relationships that exist, but they're handled with such a different level of respect, and as far as the writing is concerned, they're treated totally different. So the relationships that you would look at on Daredevil, because they're very few in comparison to what there is on something like Arrow or The Flash or any of these other TV shows, they not only feel a little bit more relatable, but they have a more realistic approach to them. These are exactly how I would picture relationships on these types of shows playing out. They handle this very well, and this show is just, it's really successful as far as I understand. A lot of people are liking it. It's getting a lot of praise, and rightfully so. It's a really good show, and I just really enjoy the casting. I think they casted the characters really well, especially for Kingpin. A lot of these characters that, Wilson Fisk rather, a lot of these characters that were cast, they really just are going to grow into their role even more. And it's impressive to me that they can put together a cast like this and have it on Netflix, and just, it really shows that Netflix is passionate about making Netflix originals, because I watch House of Cards and it's really, really great. And now I'm watching this. I actually watched some other Netflix originals as well, like Hemlock Grove and so on, but House of Cards and now Daredevil are the two that I'm really into. So as far as the show, do I recommend it? Of course, absolutely. If you're into anything comic book related, if you're into anything crime, this show will appeal to you, because Daredevil's character, he's not really, I wouldn't even really class him as a superhero. I mean, yes, he has powers beyond that of someone like an Oliver Queen or other characters of that nature like Black Widow and so on. He's definitely somewhat, I would classify him maybe as like a mid-tier character on the power scale. His abilities really are awareness. That's just senses. Those are really what his true abilities are, outside of his expert fighting skills and whatnot. Now, the way they handle his character is really great, because a lot of times you can be watching the show and not really even think that this guy is a superhero. He's just, or a hero at all. He's just, or you can actually see that he is trying to be someone that can save lives and whatnot, but the way they go about doing this, it really comes across as he's just someone trying to make a difference, and he never really has any kind of advantage over anyone else. He is just using awareness, and again, he's also blind. So when you look at all of this stuff, where Daredevil's at right now, currently with season 1, I can't wait for season 2. And knowing that Marvel has basically signed on with Netflix to do other shows like this, including a team-up with some of Daredevil's other allies, and that show will also feature Agent Coulson from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. He's also in some of the Marvel movies in the cinematic universe. Things like that really just kind of put Daredevil just on the next level. And I feel like I'm still going to really, really enjoy The Flash, but when I compare this show to something like Arrow, because they're on the same level as far as what they use to defeat their enemies, just their abilities, their awareness, they don't really have any kind of superpowers. So everything that they really have, they have practiced and earned that kind of fighting skill or anything like that. Now, when you compare these two shows, Arrow for me now I'm going to see it in a totally different way. I'm still going to enjoy the show, but there's something about Daredevil that I just really, really enjoy. So let me know what you guys think about it. You know, I'm probably going to share some more thoughts on Daredevil at some point. The show is phenomenal. I highly recommend it. And if you guys do watch it, let me know what you think about it. This is a spoiler-free thoughts and opinions video, of course, so if you choose to comment about it, do use the spoiler tag, so at least people can be made aware and not have the show spoiled for them if they are indeed looking forward to watching it or maybe haven't seen it yet. So again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you for the support on the channel. If you're subscribing, if you're watching this for the first time, do subscribe. I'll be doing a lot more videos like this, and I will see you guys in the next video. My name is Damien.